Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Babe It Is podcast. As always, the guillotine, Rambo in the Tower of Power. Gentlemen, how the fuck are we?
I am sensational.
Ooh, that's a good word.
I feel great.
Oh, yeah. COVID-free. I'm here with bells on, baby.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Fucking
You know what I mean?
bells.
Fuck COVID.
Yeah. How y'all's week's been out in the woods? Johnny, I know you had some exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to hearing.
Yeah.
But let's give a little a recap, if you will, for our listeners.
Yeah, because we missed a week.
We missed a week. We did. Sorry about that. We had just a whole bunch of crap going on. So
Audio issues.
yeah, which we're working on, and we're gonna get that back. But we're gonna get some new mics and stuff. So hopefully we're switching over to the XLR.
Yeah, USB is just not the way to go.
It is not.
We are just throwing money at this podcast left and right.
And not making any of it back.
No,
Well,
not
what
at
are you
all.
going to do? It's for the listeners, man.
And it's I incorporated into my hunting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's a good
I
way to
love
look
to
at
do
it.
this. So if I gotta spend a little bit for the headache that it's gonna save us, it's totally worth
Yeah.
it.
You sent the link and I was like, okay.
Yeah, forget it. Tired of fighting with the. Yeah,
And it really is just a fight
And
every
is.
time.
It's
It's
sick.
just
We're paranoid.
Yeah.
It's like a roll of dice at the end of every podcast. We got good audio? Do we not have good audio?
the app that we use sucks.
Yeah.
Long story short, so we're going to a hard. We're getting a soundboard,
Yeah.
so we're not relying on an app that malfunctions all the time. So
Yeah.
we won't have any more.
Straight out of
issues.
Joe Rogan, though.
Yeah, pretty sweet. So we're looking forward to that. Next week we'll have that all set up for you. So hopefully this is recording right now. But
Yeah, we've had a couple good podcasts we've lost.
yes, we have. A couple good ones. One really good one. But what are you gonna do? It's all part of this experience.
Yeah, John had his wiener out, was dancing on top of the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost that one.
Probably couldn't see it on camera.
Yeah, you
but
couldn't see it on camera.
No, you can't see that.
She zoomed in.
a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, unless you got a really good display.
Yeah.
You know, like high def.
4K TV.
4K. So, rutcations. My week went really well. I think everybody has that expectation high for your rutcation. I mean, I don't care who you are. You have high expectations.
Yeah.
And mine started out, and it met all my expectations. It was awesome.
You're started from Jump Street.
Jump.
Yeah.
First day, right?
Day 2.
Day 2.
Yeah.
Friday was my first day.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Which was November 6th
6th, yeah.
or 5th. November 5th. And
I have no idea.
Had a great day, seen a bunch of chasing, all that stuff. Then the 6th, Saturday morning, November 6th, I shot the buck. I posted pictures of it on our Instagram, and I talked about it on our previous podcast. And then Ryan and I went hunting 2 more days, seen a lot of action, had a really good time. And then no bucks down, didn't shoot anything. Ryan went home, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it just really bottom fell out for me, slowed down a lot. And Wednesday night was my last sit of my rutcation, if you will. I went back to work Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
And Monday night, it was about 10 minutes till light. And I wasn't going to shoot a doe, but I knew it was the last sit of my rutcation. And there was about 10 minutes of legal shooting light left, so it's pretty dark. And out in the field, there was a group of does at 65 yards. And I texted these guys, and I was like, if one of these does steps out, I'm going to let her have it. And one did, and I ranged her, and she was at 56 when I had a clean shot. And I rolled the old spot hog sight down to 56, and I let her eat.
Hell yeah.
I sent that thunderhead down there 56 yards, and I shot her right here. It hit her in the neck, went through her neck, all the way through her body, and out her butt cheek.
Phew.
It was. She dropped on the spot. She dropped, rolled 2 or 3 times, and went still.
There was blood everywhere.
It was a hell of a scene.
Yikes.
It was a great way. it was a great way to end my rutcation. But then, since then, I've went hunting over the weekend, and then this week I went out Friday morning. I seen a 7-pointer. He was a small guy cruising. Seen a 4-pointer cruising. So they're still moving a little bit, but it's definitely slowed down.
Yeah,
So I'm still waiting. I got one more buck tag that I can fill that I really like to fill.
Well, 2 more if you count your
Rifle. Yeah, but one more bow buck tag.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We shall see what happens.
We shall see.
What about you, Johnny? How'd your rutcation pan out?
Oh, I don't even remember now. It's been so freaking long ago. Let's see. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'm pretty sure I seen deer. No shots. Wednesday afternoon, I went out. Just before dark, I hit a doe, and she was quartered in 2. And when I hit her, I knew dead deer. I've made that shot at least 10 times on deer, and they've died every single time. But this deer was robo doe. I track her up to the property line, and there's a big fence. And as I'm up there looking for blood, the neighbors decide to come out with a flashlight and interrogate me and wonder what I'm doing out there. And after all that ends, I get back on her trail, and long story short, I tracked her for about 600 yards that night and the morning after, and I never found her. Let's see, was it the next day? Thursday? I had to redeem myself. I shot a doe that afternoon. So we are tied.
Hell yeah.
So, what's that, 6 apiece? 5 apiece?
7 apiece.
7 on the board, yeah.
7
Deer,
points.
I've shot 5 deer,
Yeah.
but we got, with our point system, a buck, a nice buck is scored. An 8-pointer's automatically 3 points. Mine was a 7, but it was a nice 7, so
Yeah,
we
we
decided with 3.
Junky looking 7.
Yeah. So.
So yeah, Thursday, shot that doe. Smaller doe, but I had to redeem myself. Hard punched her. It was a perfect shot. And then Friday, Saturday, I think it was pretty eventful. I can't really remember. My brain is mush.
This is why we just shouldn't go too long between podcasts.
I can't remember anything.
Well, skip it. Go because you didn't shoot nothing until like.
Well, Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm at work, and the plant supervisor gets on the radio and calls me, and he says, "I'm coming your way." And all of a sudden, so much shit's rifling through my brain. What did I do? What did I do
thinking
wrong?
about the job. You're like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah. And he comes down, and he's like, "Do you have any issues up there hunting one night?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." So I had to go do a incident report with Bobby W. because those people called and wanted to know what I was doing up there. I guess they
Really?
thought I was lying to them. And then the woman was saying she was scared for her dogs and her children.
Are you
You
serious?
kidding me?
Meanwhile, there's an 8-foot fence. And this really bothers me. Like, I think this is the public perception of what a hunter is. Like, we just shoot everything that moves. Like, you think I don't understand the difference between a deer and your fucking kid?
That's what she said. She said she was fearing for her dog and her kid's life.
Yes.
Unreal.
Because we hunt back there. And she's like, I didn't realize you guys hunted back there. Meanwhile, they've been hunting back there for 20 plus years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and nothing's gonna come of that, right? Like,
No.
Your work's like you're perfectly well within your rights.
Yeah, I didn't get any trouble. He was just like, we're well within the law. You know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I don't know about you guys, but I like seeing deer, and I've noticed the deer population has been dwindling the past couple
Get
years.
the hell
It's
out of
like,
here.
no, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
No, you have not.
You should have been like, yeah, because JP Rambo's back there, baby,
It's not a thing. We can't kill enough deer back there.
to make any. No.
No. It's getting larger every year.
Yeah, the population's rising.
So, and I told Bobby W on the way up there, I was like, oh, so this is just a Karen.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they're Bobby's cool. We know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's nothing they can do.
no, it's people. I can't stand people like that. Unless you could just sit them down and have them watch Stars in the Sky on Netflix by Steven Ranella.
I still haven't watched that.
Dude, watch it.
I don't have Netflix.
Me either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's so many streaming services out there.
Yeah, there is. Runsky, did you ever find your gut shot buck?
Nope. So you want me to? Did we tell it now?
No, we didn't get into it. I know you left off last week.
So we'll run my week over. So Seth I went to Rogues. My first day of my rutcation was what, Saturday? What day was that?
November 6th.
The 6th. And I go in around noon. And Seth, you sat that morning. You were like, dude, I know there's deer in this piece over here. Go in there. So I get in there around 12:30. Head in. Sit. And it's thick. It's thick back in that piece of Rogues. And anyway, I'm sitting. Not much action going on. And I see a brown mass.
Oh.
Appear about 30. It was like a 36 yards. And I had a window. And I take my shot. When I execute my shot, I knew immediately what I had done. Guts. Went down, spelled my arrow. Deer took off like a bat out of hell. And I'm walking out, and I get to my truck. I'm sitting on my tailgate. Seth walks up. He's like, any luck? I'm like, dude, you won't believe what the fuck I just did. And he was like, what? I'm like, gut shot. So my plan was, this deer hauled ass. I knew it was a ways away. So my plan was to go back in the next morning and see if I couldn't find it. Irregardless. And another guy that was actually hunting, he was set up probably about 150 yards, 200 yards from where I took the shot.
Yeah.
And he was like, did any of you guys gut shot a deer? And I was like, yeah, I did. And he was like, I saw where I had a deer scream by me, and I saw where it laid down. It's bedded down up by where I was sitting. So Seth, Ryan, and myself, and I can't remember the guy's name. Super nice guy.
Yeah. And
he showed us where this deer was bedded down. Sun's all the way down, of course. And we get a flashlight and we see two eyes looking back at me. It's my gut shot spike.
No shot though. We couldn't.
I couldn't
Get a shot
couldn't
on
get the
where
double
it was
tap
at,
off.
and
It was
we
too
didn't
thick.
want to go in and like
Jump
spook
him
him
up.
out.
So I knew where he was. I was going to let him lay, come back in the next morning, and just hope he kind of died there. Went in the next morning, and he was gone.
Yeah.
Damn it, boy.
I spent about 2 or 3 hours walking around, man. It looked like he started to leak a little bit. I found a little bit of blood, but it
Never found him.
never found him.
Did you have any other shots during your
No
location?
other shots, but a lot of action back in Rogues. I actually sat back there tonight, and it was dead, dude. There was.
Oh, really?
I think it's at the point now where
People have just blown it out.
it's blown out. I think the deer they're gonna be.
You ought to go in over by me.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my next play.
I was thinking about going out there in the morning.
So yeah, I think the pressure has been applied to Rogues. So
Yeah.
Doesn't take long with public land.
yeah, they're gonna be.
It's crazy because when it first opens up, man, it's so good. It's so good. And then people are in there 12 deep every day.
Yep.
Yeah. And it just dies.
So yeah, but
That's the struggle with public land, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
we got time off. I was talking to John about this before you got here. We got time off coming up for Thanksgiving, so another nice chunk of time off.
Man, I tell you what, this
See if
morning
we can't make something
was
happen.
money out in the woods.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you snapped
You
a
lucky
video.
dog.
Yeah.
I didn't get out. I couldn't get out this
Yeah.
morning. I was going to go across from me, but the wind was bad. So
It was a crispy 27 degrees when I got to the woods this morning. And I get up in the stand about 5:45, and about 6:15 I hear some crunching, and it's still pretty pitch black. I mean, the moon is bright, and the sun is just starting to peek up, but it's still pretty pitch black on the forest floor. And I hear some crunching at the hole in the fence, and I don't know if it's a buck, a doe, a button buck, an elk, a Sasquatch. I have no idea.
Cougar.
I couldn't tell.
hope for the two-legged kind.
And it comes through the hole in the fence, and it's kind of milling around in front of the camera, and I can feel my phone buzzing in my fanny pack.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to whip it out and see what it was because, I don't want to scare whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it hangs out in front of the camera for 5 to 7 minutes, and the sun is slowly creeping up, and I can finally make out a figure. And this figure finally moves off to his right, my left. Obviously, it was a buck, because I could see the shining of the antlers.
Glistening in the moonlight.
And 30 yards, I just didn't feel comfortable taking the shot at a silhouette.
Yeah.
If it would have been 20 yards, I'd have thought about it. But 30 yards, no. And after it moved off, I looked at the camera, and I sent you guys a picture. A fucking bruiser of an 8-pointer.
Yeah, he was a nice 8. That sucks. What are you going to do?
10 more minutes.
Yeah.
10 more minutes. But maybe 10 minutes after he left, I seen a 4-pointer and a spike come through the hole in the fence. And
were they cruising, John? Were they acting like rut behavior, or?
Well, the 4-pointer and the spike were hanging out, buddy.
Okay.
And the 8-pointer was just kind of, milling along. So.
Couple of pegs.
Yeah. And about
Peggers.
6:50, it's starting to get a little chilly. And I reach down and I pull my pant leg up and I go to click on my heated socks, and one isn't working. I'm like, what the fuck? What is wrong with this fucking thing? And I hear a crunch, and I look to my left, and there's a doe coming down the trail going towards the hole in the fence.
Uh-oh.
So I hurry up and scurry. I put the battery back in my boot. I stand up. I grab my bow, and
one hot foot, one cold.
Oh yeah. My right foot was on fire, and my left foot was not working. And drew back 30 yards, and just pinwheeled this doe. So, yeah, and she ran about 50. She was 30 yards to my left, and she ran right under my stand and died 20 yards to my right.
Yeah, you sent me a snap, or I guess the group of snap, and it was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
because she died like literally right in your spot.
Yeah, so
You say you snapped at top of the morning?
yeah, top of the morning to you.
Pissed my pants.
I got a dead deer laying.
Top of the morning to you.
Absolutely perfect shot. Just cut the top of her heart clean off. When I went and got my arrow, where she was standing, there was just a spattering of blood. Beautiful thing.
What broadhead did you use?
Thunderhead, dude.
I got those QAD Exodus.
Yeah.
They fly great. They're gnarly. I meant to bring them over to let you see them. They are bad to the bone looking.
What's the cut width or whatever on them?
I don't know.
Cutting diameter.
Dude, they're really nice.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you can look at these things, you can just tell they're well made.
How much they run you?
I don't even know.
I make so much money, though. Don't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. I wanted to buy it. Mike's broadheads, I'll buy whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, right. So broke I'm jerking off the dog to feed the cat.
But yeah, that's deer number 6 for Big Daddy Rambo.
Oh, well, where's the mark? Oh, it's up here.
Right
I'll mark another point on here, man.
Yeah,
you just couldn't let me be tied with you.
I can't do it. But man, if I would have got that 8-pointer this morning,
you would have really been pulling out.
Yeah, that sucks, man. 10 more minutes.
Well,
that's hunting.
Yeah.
So they say. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Hey, I had an interaction with a buck. Had a real big one come in, real close. And I was paying attention to this little 4-pointer, and I'm filming him on my phone. And something caught my attention to my right, and I look over, and it is just a beautiful, like, fucking 4-year-old 8-point buck. I mean, he was a stud. I would have loved to put an arrow through him, but we locked eyes with each other, and he didn't know what I was. But he turned around and started walking the other way. I grabbed my bow. I'm ranging him. I'm, like, trying to figure out, like, where he's at, man. And, like, I was not cool, calm, and collected. I just was not prepared for him to walk out. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I felt like I went out there expecting not to see anything. And I didn't, like, range trees. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. Like, I just screwed up.
They'll catch you off guard.
Yeah, he caught me off guard.
The minute you're not paying attention.
Looking at that stupid 4-pointer. So I was like rushing, trying to get him range a tree where I thought he was going, and then he didn't go there. So I'm trying to range where I think he's going this time, and he didn't go there. And like I never had a shot.
That's the worst about those single pin sights. It's like if they don't go where you think they're going, you can't just like make a quick judgment and maybe shoot in between a pin or use the bottom pin.
Well, I can. I have 2
well,
pins.
Yeah, but I can't.
No, not really.
I
No.
only got one pin.
Yeah, you really can't at all. Yeah.
So when they don't go where you want them to go and they make a hard right or a left, you're like, oh, piss, I got to range them again.
Yeah.
that rover pin's a luxury for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, but I never did get a shot on him, and hoping I'll get to catch him again before rifle. But,
Yeah.
the spot where I hunt rifle, it will just get blown to smithereens.
Yeah, and I'm going to partake in the blowing of the smithereens.
Yeah. As they say, the Orange Army will be out, and I'll be in it. I'll be suited up. 30-06. What are you taking?
Out there, I'd probably take my 32 Winchester. I love that gun.
Runsky?
No, I'd love to partake.
You're not going out for rifle?
Well, you can't come with us.
No. You'd have to.
we,
You could go across from me.
I think we're
Oak Neck State
gonna.
Park.
I think we're gonna go down to Millington opening day.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great spot. Millington is probably, for rifle, probably the best spot around here.
Well, it's shotgun only, but we're gonna blow that place out.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not going to Port?
I don't think so. Maybe
No.
the next weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe that afternoon. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll hold Port down for you. I'll be out there with bells on, baby.
Hopefully you get that buck.
Yeah.
Would it be just as sweet, or no?
No,
Nah,
dude,
I
a
don't
bow
think so.
kills. You know damn well. It just, don't get me wrong. I love hunting with a rifle, but
Oh yeah.
it's just something different when you have a bow in your hand. It's so much more up close and.
Almost like admitting defeat if you shot that buck with a rifle.
Well, no, it's just
Yeah.
no. It is what it is with the bow. It's so much more of an achievement when you
Yeah.
do it with a bow. Like, and nothing against rifle hunting. Like I said, I rifle hunt every chance I get. But when you have a bow in your hand and you can kill an animal with a bow, it takes so much more skill. And it's so much more of an accomplishment. You just get so much more. That thrill of success is so much more intense.
Hell
like after
yeah.
you shoot an animal with a bow, because it's so much harder, and by default, it is more rewarding. It's like anything else you do. If you do something that's easy and you succeed, it's like, oh, cool. But if you do something that's really hard and you succeed, it is so much more rewarding. And I think that's just the difference between bow and rifle, for me.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can just be solely rifle hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, whatever. To each their own, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a diehard bow, and I know you guys are too. Something else I wanted to bring up, because I seen it on the gram. I seen John Dudley with that like $8,000 electric moped.
Yeah.
Did you guys see
Get
that?
Yeah, I
fucked.
saw that.
So the question that I had, and I don't know if this is something we visited before, but how do you guys feel about the effects of technology and money on hunting? Like, for me, I feel like I really don't like the fact that if you have a bunch of money, you can kill big deer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it makes
there's no
everything.
skill involved.
I feel like Fred Bear would just be spinning in his grave,
Yeah.
looking at some of the stuff that we do now. But at the same time, and on the, like, I can't say that I wouldn't do some of this stuff if I was, like, super wealthy. You know what I mean? Like, would you have one of these quiet cat thingies? Or not even a quiet cat, because they're not even that expensive. But even still, that's an example of technology's effect on making hunting easier. And so if you have money, it makes what used to be unattainable attainable. You know what I mean? Like, now you can almost buy a backcountry hunt that, even if you're not in good shape or whatever,
Yeah.
it just makes it accessible. If you just, okay, well, you don't have to be in really good shape. You don't have to work really hard and all that stuff. You can just have a lot of money. And you can use this bike to get all miles out. And you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I kind of hate it. I kind of don't like that.
I think Dudley should go fuck himself for,
Okay.
for promoting that $8,000 bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a little.
Hunting, I don't want to say it's a poor man's game, but goddamn, not everybody can go out and buy an $8,000 bike just for hunting.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
He can go fuck himself.
I don't disagree. I mean, I hate. It's just man.
Like, who was he catering to by promoting this fucking bike?
Yeah, not the average guy, that's for sure. Because
Exactly.
the average hunter is not able to do that.
No.
And you hear like, oh well, don't do this for a while, don't do that. But like, let's be realistic. Like, most people aren't doing that. They can't swing that. I know I'm not about to buy an $8,000 bike to go hunting.
Even if I could, I don't think I'd buy the fucking thing.
Well,
Then again, we don't really live in an area where we need it.
where it's applicable, yeah. I mean, there's some spots where I would like to have it. Shit, fucking Fair Hill, man. There was that old timer out there was using one. And I seen it. It was dark, and I just seen this light zipping through the field. I'm like, what the
UFO?
fuck? And I get to the truck, and he's there already, and he's got this badass bike and shit. And it's like, so I guess from that standpoint, it's like, all right, well, that's kind of cool, because this dude's old as hell, And like he probably wouldn't be able to hunt as hard as he would want to. You know what I mean? Without that.
Or like people with
And he's earned it.
disabilities,
You know what I mean? He's earned that. He's worked his ass off to buy this thing. You know what I mean? So it's not, you can't take that from him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a little frustrating when you see somebody who's perfectly physically able
Yeah.
using stuff like that, and it's kind of like
Just because they got money.
Well, then it comes down to the question too: would you really be using that if he wasn't getting paid by him?
yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting topic, and it's a deep topic for such shallow minds.
If he's only promoting it because he's getting paid, I think he needs to take a step back. And
Well, I'm sure that's got a lot to do with it.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure that's the only reason why.
Yeah, I don't know. You just got to try to put yourself in their shoes at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. If they paid us a bunch of money, I'd promote the fucking thing tomorrow.
That's a big piece of it.
If they give you one and they're like, "Hey man, promote this," it's like, all right, well, I get it. You
Sure,
know what I mean?
do it.
I don't know. I think it's tricky.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I kind of do. You know, it's like I'm torn about it because it's like it is. I feel like it's cheating in a way. I mean, it's kind of like crossbows. Like, I got no problem with people using them, but at the same time, do I feel like it's a little bit? It's making it easier, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all of it, but I got no problem with people hunting with crossbows. You know what I mean? I think it's great, and especially if it enables you to get out in the woods and enables you to kill an animal. Like some people, like you were saying a while back about anxiety, they just can't handle the shot with a compound. They get like so amped up, and I understand that completely. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? As I do it myself. but at the same time, it's like if you just keep trying or just work harder. I mean, it'll happen for you. But I feel like those are one thing, but the technology is just getting ridiculous. Like some of these sites, they got rangefinders that will tell you the arc of your arrow. Like, I mean, the Leopold, have you heard of that? The rangefinder, I think Joe Rogan was talking about. I mean, that's bad to the bone. I think it's awesome. But it's definitely making things a lot easier on us.
Speaking of technology, the Matthews.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we can't forget.
That bow
was it the V3X?
V3X.
John was slobbering.
Slobbering.
God.
Salivating.
I seen it within minutes of it being posted on social media, and I went right to the video and watched it and took it in the bathroom by myself.
Yeah, was it the bridge lock technology they're calling it?
The bridge lock sight, that thing is bad to the bone.
Yeah.
It's got a sight basically that mounts through the center of the riser.
Any dovetail.
Dovetail, pretty much.
Yeah.
Will mount through the center of the riser, and then
Pretty much took what Hoyt did.
And took it to
with
another
the
level.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Could you imagine if Hoyt and Matthews would just like get together
Oh my God.
and have the center mount? You could have the what is it called? The rest that Hoyt has. Man, I'm drawing a blank. Well, Hoyt has a rest that mounts to the center of the riser, so that the weight of your rest is not off to one side.
The Picatinny?
They got a Picatinny rail that mounts to your bow, and you can mount your sight to it. And then if you could fuse that, so take that and Hoyt's 2-hole system with the stabilizer mounts, and then Matthews's bridge lock system for the center lock for the sight to go in the center of the riser, and how tight they can get because now that you have that in the center of the riser, you can get your quiver tighter to the riser, too.
Oh, my God, yeah. That thing is right up against a riser.
So imagine if you could pack that all into one bow. That would be bad to the bone.
And their SAS system, their stay afield system.
Oh, that thing's sick.
Sick is that?
Yes. But
no bow press needed.
The one thing about it that the stay afield system, it's basically a string, and on the cams, it has these two little, like, staffs or pegs that you can loop this string to, and it will keep your bow compressed, so you can take your string off, change your string and all, or your strings or your cables. But the one thing it won't do is, say you derail your bow or you snap your string, it can't help you.
Yeah.
Because it can't compress the bow.
Yeah.
But it can keep it compressed, like say if your peep's messed up or something and you need to make something quick like that, you can do it. But it still won't like compress it. Because when I first heard about it, somebody told me about it, and I was like, what? Is it like some kind of crank that compresses it? But no, it doesn't do that. But it does enable you to keep your bow compressed. It is still really damn cool.
Yeah, you just grab the handle of the bow and grab a cable and pull it in, and then
lock the string on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking
Yeah, it's
cool.
pretty damn badass.
Hoyt better bring the fire, or they lost a customer.
Yeah, John's already. He's ready to switch to Matthews. That thing is badass.
It's sick.
And that's the thing. Like, we're not sponsored by anybody. We're all Hoyt guys, and I love my Hoyt. But dude, you gotta appreciate the engineering and the quality of that bow. That what is it? The V3X.
V3X. Yeah.
Is bad to the bone.
It's sick.
Well, what was it? Ryan snapped us. Well, John did bid up pretty high on a Matthews at the TAC, so we knew he was a Matthews guy this whole time.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Yeah, he was doing a.
It was a Vertex, Matthews Vertex.
$8,000. What?
Yeah, there was an auction at the TAC, and they were selling this bow, and it was a verdict. And John was like, the bidding was like $50, $100, $150. John was like $700.
I wanted that fucking
I'll
Matthews
never forget
to-
that moment.
Me and Runsky just
We
looked at
each other, spit our beer out. We're like,
I mean, imagine if I had that Vertex now, I could just sell it for $800 and go buy the V3X.
okay. Matthew sending you a check I don't know about?
I wish, dude.
So are you thinking about getting a new bow?
Nah.
No.
I love my Helix, dude.
Yeah. I feel like you got to get at least a couple years out of that thing.
Oh, yeah.
What are you at doing it now? It's 2 or 3?
Yeah, it's 2019, so
3 years.
it's the third year with her.
There you go.
How many? I wonder how many kills you got on it. Do you know?
I got 6 this year. 8 last year. I think 4 the year before that. So what's
So
that?
18?
18.
Hell yeah! I feel like before you get a new bow, you got to get at least 30 kills with it.
I'm going to have mine for 20 years.
I'll be ready for a new bow after next season then. Jeez.
Yeah, dude. That's why I started marking on my my limb.
Yeah.
I got a red paint marker, and I got hash marks on there. I got 5 on there.
I'm thinking about getting 80-pound limbs, so I couldn't.
Yeah. I want 80-pound limbs too. I think it'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get. I know it's like my 3rd string, but I want to get another one. I want to get a buckskin, all like solid buckskin string.
Oh.
I think it would look sick with my olive green.
It would.
I think it would look dope. So I might do that before the TAC.
Now, obviously, 80-pound limbs would be harder on your string, but do you think it would be that much harder on your string?
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Nah,
either.
I think it. I mean, you're getting thousands of shots.
Yeah.
Out of a string, I think you might get like 200 less, or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? It's going to be harder on it, of course. But
Of course.
I don't think it's a big game changer. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna have to replace your string every 6 months or nothing.
Yeah.
Probably, I would say every year replace it. As much as we shoot, I think we should replace my rear anyway.
Yeah.
I think 2 years is a stretch.
I stretched that factory Hoyt string to its limit.
And I'm so hard on bows. Like, I got this brand new bow. I've dropped it on asphalt. I've dropped it in the swamp. I've dry fired it when I first got it. I use it to like sweep brush out of my way and briars. I'm like, get it. Fucking $2,000 setup. Get. Like, dude, that's what it is. It's a tool. You know what I mean? So, and I use it like one. And I'm hard on them. I am hard on them. So, but hey, pay to play.
I use mine to smash spiders in the early season. Fuck those things, dude. There's a spider web every 6 inches you walk.
Yeah, yeah, definitely that.
I'm out there like Babe Ruth, just fucking cracking spiders out of their spider web with my bow. Fuck out of here.
I took my camera off mine.
I took it off too.
I like it. Just feels better shooting.
Yeah.
It sucks because like you want to film some stuff, but self-filming is really hard unless you just get a bunch of the good equipment, and we're just not
Yeah.
there yet.
Yeah, not there yet.
I got some footage that I've taken this year, but it's just it sucks.
Yeah,
It's crappy.
just-
You got to really dedicate time to it, almost like we do for the podcast, for the equipment and stuff. Like you got to dedicate that same time and money to recording too.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, and I enjoy podcasting. Like, so I got no problem putting time and money into this, but like I don't really enjoy self-filming, so
No.
it's hard for me to really want to do it. You know what I mean?
Killing a deer's hard enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it fucking harder.
No, I got no problem filming you. Like, if
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
we will
that's-
this year. Like now that we've got some deer under our belt, we'll do some films together. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I tried to film Ryan killing deer, but he just can't do it.
Saw Ryan. Speaking of Ryan, how's his back doing? Is he all better?
Not all better. He's better.
Oh, boy.
He's hunting again, so he took some time off. He took some time off jiu-jitsu, and yeah. Mine's been killing me, too. Mine's still bothering me. Nothing like his, but...
It's all those pegging sessions, man.
It's all that sitting. From that week of straight sitting, it is just... My back is just wrecked. I mean, you can ask my kids. I'm just like... I got a TENS unit on. I got, like, this Compex that, like, shocks me. And I'll fucking wrap my belt around my neck, and... It's pretty intense.
And we were talking about that rutcation, man, how exhausted you are.
Dude, it wears you out.
Man, like...
It feels like work. Like, it's just mentally exhausting.
Mentally exhausting.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to, like, stay the course. You need to stay out. You need to sit longer. You need to stay all day, and it can be tough. It's a mental battle, but that's the difference between killing a deer and not. As you climb down, it very easily could be when that buck decides to show up. So
look at the mornings I didn't go.
Yeah.
What was there when I wasn't there?
If you had sat all day, every day during your rutcation,
Yeah.
you'd have at least had a shot on one of your target bucks.
Yeah, not even the mornings. Midday was when I got the most buck activity. Big buck activity.
Yeah.
Midday between 10:30 and 12:30.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So do you hate yourself right now for not being there?
Not
Because you
really.
should. You should.
Well, hey, why you got that, though? I wish I would have had a gun this morning. I could have killed that fucking 8-pointer. There you go, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing with that buck I seen, the monster 8. I mean, just a beautiful 8. If I had a shotgun, it would have been game over.
Yeah.
But we love to bow hunt because we're stupid.
I kind of wish I would have had a grunt call with me. I probably could have waited till he was out of range and brought him back in.
I grunted at mine, and he stopped, but he
looked at you. He knew something wasn't right.
Yeah. Dude, I swear by that Sika camo. I have never been, like, had one blow at me or take off. I've had them look at me, and they're like, I don't know what that is, but I've never had one, like, freak out like I have in the past. Like, where they look at you and they're gone. You know what I mean? Like, he looked at me, and he looked at me for a while, and then he turned around and walked and stopped, and he was, like, sniffing around. He never presented me with a shot. Whenever he stopped, there was always something in front of him. It was almost like he knew, like, if I stand here, he can't shoot me. You know, it felt like that, but it was just pure luck on his part. Where everywhere he stopped, because he stopped. He was at 15 yards when I seen him. I grabbed my bow. Then he walked to about 30, and he stopped there and hung out for another minute, but I just had no shot. And then he started trotting off, and he was getting into the 40s and stopped again, no shot. He turned around to walk. I grunted. He stopped, looked back. I was at full draw, and I had no shot. And then when he moved, he kept moving, and I was like, I'm not shooting this buck with my pin on 41, and I think he's around 50. Like, I didn't want to take that shot. I had a shot on him out there, but like I said, my pin was on 41 where I ranged him initially, and he stopped at 41, but where he stopped, I had no shot. And then he walked, and I was like, he's just at 50 or something now. I have a shot, but I don't know where he's at, and I didn't want to. I'd rather let him walk. He wasn't that spooked. He wasn't like, you know what I mean? I'd rather just not take a shot I wasn't confident in and blow him out.
Yeah. What's up with that new bow hanger you got?
Oh, yeah.
Thing's pretty fucking sweet.
I like it a lot. I hate the screw in. I mean, we've been using them for years.
Really? You hate them?
They're a pain in the ass.
They are a pain in the ass, but
they're bulky. They're this fucking big to carry in. Yeah. And mine is anyway. It's fucking 14 inches long. And
so not used to that much length.
No.
And I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I got the shorty.
I hate that thing.
And that thing sucks too. It's nice to pack, but it's just
it fits in my fanny pack.
I throw mine in the seat of my climber.
Yeah, I noticed that when I borrowed your climber last time.
I got this strap, and it'll go around a big tree, bigger than you can climb. Yeah. So it's perfect. It's like a Skatomic or something on Amazon.
But so many weird names on Amazon.
They're metal brackets, and it's a strap that you just pull tight.
Is it a safety harness strap too?
Yeah, it's got a loop, but I wouldn't tie off to it because it's not like it's solid. I mean, it's by no means. I could hang from it, but I don't know if I would want my force dropping from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't trust it for that. Maybe they say you can, but I'm not using it for that.
No, you don't mind the bow being up
close to the tree.
and,
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's why I like the screw in,
You can
because
just-
it gets it 2-3 feet away from the tree.
And with me with my long
right in
ass
front of your
arms, it'd be
face.
like,
Exactly.
It's a give and take. But if you put it higher, it's not too bad to grab your bow real quick off the tree. It is closer to the tree, but it's still easy to grab. You've got plenty of stuff to hang on there. It's way faster to put on, way easier to put in your fanny pack. It's so much smaller as far as its footprint in your system. And it's also legal in Blackwater, because Blackwater you can't have a screw-in tree hanger.
I kind of feel bad about my screw-in bow hanger. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, the tree that I sit in next to the hole in the fence, that poor tree has about 12 holes in it just from the bow hanger.
Yeah.
you fucking hippies.
And finally, I just left the fucking thing up there. I was like, just stay there.
Yeah.
And the bark is so chewed up for my climber. I think I'm just gonna hang on in it.
Yeah, maybe you should hang on up, dude. I got 6 of them at the house. Do you want one?
I mean, I got 2 of them I haven't sat in. I just need 30 feet of climbing sticks.
Yeah. So a hunting spot that I have permission on that I just got this year, and it's a shitty little spot, tiny patch of woods, but it's connected to a lot of woods. Mm-hmm. I finally checked the camera on it, and I posted a picture of this buck. He is a fucking unit.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I've been avoiding this place because, like, I went there once, seen 2 deer, went there again, didn't see nothing. I'm like, this spot sucks. No, it doesn't. I wish I would have checked it sooner, because I was like, well, let me check that. It's been like a month since I've checked it, because it's been October since I've been there. And there's a bunch of bucks, 2 shooters, 1 mammoth shooter, probably, I don't even know. What do you think he is, Johnny? 135 inches?
Yeah, 135, 140. Yeah.
Which is a really nice buck for Maryland. And he's got a lot of character, so I'm going to have to start dedicating some time over there.
Did you get him in daylight, any?
Once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I hate regular trail cameras, man.
Yeah, they suck.
I mean, I'm not patient enough for them to begin with, but I need cell cameras for instant feedback.
Not only that, not only the instant feedback, but the amount of intrusion that is required.
Exactly.
If you need to move it, you got to go in there. You know what I mean? You can't tell, like, if it's a good spot till you go in and look at it, and then it's like, all right, well, I want to move it here. Then you move it there. You go back 3 weeks later and you get 0 pictures. So it's like, oh, well, fuck me. At least with a cell cam, you're getting real-time information. Mm-hmm. And if you need to move it, you know within a few days. Like, all right, this is not where it needs to be. Or, okay, this buck is moving in here now every day at this time. I need to go in now.
Yeah.
As to a lot of the times with a regular camera, by the time you check it, his pattern's changing. Yeah. Now he's no longer in pre-rut, he's in full rut, or now he's not in rut, it's post-rut, and now he's back on the food to bed pattern. Like, it's totally different as far as their usefulness. A cell cam is leaps and bounds better. And
leaps and bounds.
The price point is so close now. It's like, why not have a cell
Dude,
cam?
$100 for that Moultrie.
It's $100, and
Get out of there.
yeah, it's worth every penny.
Yes.
What is it? $9.99 a month.
I love my Moultrie.
It's just your Netflix subscription. Cancel Netflix.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I got to change the fucking batteries in the goddamn thing every 3 weeks, but what do you got, though?
Really?
I got a lot of pictures.
Man.
Yeah.
I wish I had that problem. That's like...
Get your hole in the fence.
That's a good problem to have.
Get your hole in the
The hole in the fence is... Dude, that unnatural funnel. Here's something for you, Johnny. Would you rather hunt a funnel or a doe bedding area during the rut?
I like funnels, man.
You a funnel guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're moving, they're going through there.
Yeah.
I mean, bedding areas, they change with the wind.
Yes. Yeah, they'll check that. They'll go downwind of the bedding, and I've watched bucks do it. I've watched mature bucks do it. I did during this rutcation. He was out of my range, but I watched a mature 8-pointer cruise along the whole bedding area. I watched a 4-pointer and a 7-pointer check downwind of bedding areas, which is why I've spent most of my rutcation on bedding areas. Yeah. Not that I don't like a funnel. I love a good funnel. Nothing like a terrain feature to arouse me, but I like the doe bedding. I feel like I see more action there. As to a funnel, you can get action all day, though. Yeah. You just don't know when it's coming. Yeah. So with like a doe bedding, I feel like they check that when they know the does are going to be there. So I feel like you can time a doe bedding a little better than you can a funnel. You get what I'm saying?
It depends on the wind. Because the bedding, they'll bed here one time because it's north wind, or they'll bed here because it's south wind.
If you have a good bedding area, though, like them does will use it all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? But depending on what the wind's doing, the buck's going to check it in a different spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to play it a little different. As to a funnel, they're going to be moving one way or the other through it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got a north to south funnel and you sit on the east to west side, you're money.
I love my hole in the fence.
Yeah.
I might give it a break.
Yeah.
It's shot 4 deer out of it this year, so.
Wow.
Like 3. Yeah, 3.
Wow. You hear that, Ron?
I heard him loud and clear.
Do you just are you getting angry yet? Are you pissed off?
Pretty pissed. Thinking about quitting hunting, selling my bow. Truthfully,
Hey, have you thought about maybe assaulting John and I?
yes.
Physical harm.
Every time he sees us mark this board, he's got his knife in his pocket. He's just flipping it out.
I'm sure Ryan's right there with
You
him.
know,
Oh
just-
yeah, Ryan's
nah,
like, dude.
it's- But I've been through this. It's fucking. I don't know.
We'll
It's-
get you
It makes
one.
it makes it that much
We'll
sweeter.
get
What
you
is
one.
so? That's a question. Like we've all been in your situation. What is what's helping you through it, and what is like? Are you finding it harder to get out in the stand? Like, is it harder for you to rack up the gumption to go sit in the stand when you've had such a struggle here lately?
It is.
Yeah.
So that day at Rogues, yes, it wasn't a successful. It wasn't a successful hunt, but it got the juices pumping again.
When you shot your spike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got it
got
brings
that
you back
thrill
to
back.
it while
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah. So you think if you
And
could
seeing a lot of deer
Yeah.
is refreshing.
yes,
I'll never quit this shit ever.
I love that.
And what's around the next tree is what keeps me coming
And you
back.
guys always tell me it only takes a minute.
It only takes a minute.
Yeah, it
And-
takes
but
a moment.
Yeah, not even a minute.
So I would consider my rutcation a success, even not having harvested a deer, but it really got the juices flowing again.
Yeah,
I'll never quit.
I love to hear that.
Good.
And we're gonna get you on a deer. And I think if you want to, I think we should start hitting the spot across from me, Elk Neck State Forest, which is a public land area, but it's I've got a really good access point because I live there, back up to it. And I think we need to start hammering that. I think now's a good time.
I think Rogues is done at this point.
I think a lot of the public's done. My spot over in Port is about to be blown to smithereens. So let's start going over there. I mean, you and I can tag team it up. We'll make it happen. We'll get you over there. As long as it doesn't have 8 points, I'll let you fucking hammer it. If it does, you're gonna watch me kill it.
Well, I'm gonna take him to my secret spot in Millington.
Oh, are you? Okay.
If it-
Well, that's good. You know what, dude? That's what we're here for. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We're hunting buddies. So if one of us is dragging behind a little bit, we're gonna get you, deer. We'll all tag team it.
Watch him smoke that fucking 12-pointer down Millington.
I hope you do.
I'll kill him right then and there.
Yeah,
Drag
shoot
that-
him. Drag him and the deer. Deer in one hand, Brunsky's foot in the other.
I'm sorry, dude. How many
Yeah.
points would that be? 12-pointer.
Yeah, 12-pointer. Was that 3?
6, 8?
8. Yeah, he'd be tied with you and one over me. The 12-pointers in this area are like unicorns.
Well, I'm taking a guided hunt in Missouri this year. I'm going to spend $1,500 and kill me a 12-pointer. So.
Dude, I'm kind of down to do that.
You guys are crazy.
Dude, I wanna kill a freak.
I
And
do.
they're-
I would love to go out
Yeah.
out west. It's west to us because we're in Maryland. Like Iowa, Missouri. We almost went this year, but we had some complications. Anywhere out there, I'd love to go and just see these monster bucks that are cruising like you see on TV.
Yeah, they're just not here. Well, I mean, they are, but
There's just so less of them. Here compared to out there. Yeah.
seen some nice bucks when I dropped my doe off at Buckland's today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one real nice 8-pointer.
Really? Yep. Yeah, even like at the butcher, I have seen thousands of deer in there. Like anything over 10 is almost, I don't know if I can count on one hand how many I think I've seen in there. Over 10 points.
Yeah, you're probably I've never seen a 10-pointer in person on the hoof
Yeah.
in my
I've
life.
only seen one. And that was the one I shot. Never found.
I want a 10-pointer bad. I'm sick of these 8s. But
You know what, John? You can go fuck
You're a
yourself.
spoiled little bitch.
Okay, you
You're a
know what?
spoiled little bitch
Turn
is
the
what you
camera off.
are.
Let's kick his fucking ass.
even if I could see that 8-pointer this morning, I don't even know if I would have shot.
Ah,
son of
you
a
lying
bitch.
fuck. You're a lying fuck.
You're a lying piece of shit.
This kid, I'd have killed him better than shit.
Let the air out that motherfucker.
I would have
You
too.
could put him on ice like Walt Disney.
He's a toad. Yeah, I want a 10-pointer bad.
What does that stand for? Total blank of a deer is all I can think
Oh,
of.
I don't know. I didn't know it stood for anything.
I just assumed it's not an abbreviation for something,
I don't
because
think
why
so.
toad? That makes no fucking
Just a
sense.
fat little stubby bastard. I don't know.
It makes sense, a deer for the last two, and T like a total, I don't know.
Asinine deer.
Okay, we can go with that. We can spell asinine with an O. I don't know. I just feel like it's an abbreviation for something. Maybe I don't know. We're not in the loop. You know what I mean? We're not.
I just thought it meant like
Yeah.
fat.
Huh. Okay. I'd like thick with 3 C's. Like I want.
Three
I want.
Cs.
I
We
want
should make our own. Like
word for a big buck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
What should we
We'll have
do?
to think of one. Like a tractor of a buck.
Fucking harvester of a buck, bro.
Oh, look, a fucking Rosie O'Donnell.
I like the Rosie. I like Rosie.
I like that for a big
Yeah, that's
old
good.
doe.
like that.
That's good for a big
A
doe.
big doe, yeah.
Yeah.
Just shot me a Rosie. I shot a Rosie this morning, bro.
Shot a Rosie this morning.
That was a big girl.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love big girls.
Thick.
Oh,
That Rosie was thick.
like peanut butter in fucking February.
And of course, I forgot to sharpen my knife. After the past
Sawing
3
at
deer.
it.
Oh,
That's the worst, man.
Terrible.
You get you a Gerber.
especially trying to get the anus out. What a pain in the ass.
You didn't use did you use your teeth?
Pun
Did you
intended.
use your teeth?
It started
For
chewing.
the anus? Start chewing on the anus?
I probably would have had a better shot. But I
bad,
got
huh?
I got it done. Yeah.
Dude, get that Gerber, man. It's the best money I've ever spent, and it was less than $30 for that knife.
I like my knife. I just need to learn how to sharpen the fucking
when
thing.
it's when that knife starts getting dull, it's still plenty sharp enough to kill a deer, or gut a deer. When I normally gut a deer, it is like butter cutting through them. I mean, like zero resistance. It zip right through them. Then when it starts to need and sharpen, it like slows down a little bit. Rather than like knives I've had in the past, my last knife was terrible. I had to sharpen it every time.
Really?
One time I'd use it, and if I forgot to sharpen it, it was like dragging. I had to like, I'm basically like hitting it like 10 times to go up. Like this one, when it starts to get dull, it's a slow fade, and so you can still use it fine. I could probably use it for like 2 or 3 more deer, and not have any real issue. So it's a good knife goes a long way, man.
And this time of the year, these deer have these thick coats, that long hair.
Yeah.
And it just daws a knife out quick.
Yeah.
Especially when you gut a deer like I do, when you go up through the sternum and you try to get to that esophagus the easiest way you can.
That's the way I do. I cut into the sternum a little bit.
Yeah. I go as far as I can.
Yeah, and I'll even like hack it a little, like chop. That way, when I get my hand up in there, and I'm freaking damn near cut my thumb off,
Exactly.
which I did this year on the first deer I killed. Because it's when you get up in there and try to cut that esophagus, man, it's tight in there. It can be, especially if it's a doe and it's not a big deer. Like the first deer I shot was I don't think it was a yearling, but it wasn't a big doe, and it was a little tight in there, and damn near cut my thumb off. So.
I always make sure. I'm always like real gentle when I'm trying to cut that esophagus.
I was real agitated when I shot that deer, though, because I fucking missed it. And I was just pissed off at myself.
Fuck this. I'm going to cut my own thumb off.
Fuck this shit.
I was telling Ryan, I was like, man, that knife is so sharp. It is. That thing is sweet. I had to tie in a new peep.
What?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Like I said, the abuse that I put my bow through, I noticed it was a little loose.
You've
and
had nothing but issues with that Ventum. It's time to just get the V3X.
There we go.
It was my own peep tie-in, so, and it lasted a while. And I think I probably just caught it on some brush or something and yanked it a little bit, but it was. I noticed I was hitting a little low, and I just at a like, I'm just looking over everything over. I'm hitting like almost 5 yards low, and on my peep it had like a little bit of play in it, so I retied my peep in the other day.
I can't believe how on my bow is. I hit that doe right where I was aiming.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like like we talked earlier this year, I've been meaning to bury that pin in that shoulder, and I put the pin right at the top of her front leg and pull the trigger. Oh, it's beautiful.
Is there anything better?
No, there isn't.
There really isn't.
No.
I mean, just
You're dead within seconds.
yes. I love that. Dude, that was my farthest shot. So my last 2 shots, that buck that I killed in Rogues Harbor was 47 yards. My farthest shot to date.
Jesus.
The doe I killed at the end of my rutcation was 56. Now my new record. And both of those shots were, well, the buck was a little bit back, but he still died very quickly. that doe literally dropped on the spot. I mean, I couldn't have made a better shot. I was so happy with myself. Compared to the first shot of the season and this last one, night and day.
Yeah. Like, the past couple seasons, I've been aiming for lungs. Not anymore. I'm aiming for that motherfucking pumper, bro.
Yes, I want perfection. I want the pump station. Yeah.
Past 2 deer I shot, pump station, disconnect.
Did I talk about on here? I told you guys that Seek won these guys. They're YouTubers.
Yeah, not on air, but
Well, I
fuck those guys.
I like them. I think they're good.
yeah, they seem like great guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch like a whole lot of YouTube stuff. I try to, but mostly I'm watching like the same stuff. I'm watching fucking Jeff Sturgis.
Beers and deers.
and
Beers and deers.
Yeah, but I started checking these guys out because Ryan told me about them, and I watched their broadhead thing, and they did all these broadheads, and they're shooting them through ballistic gel, with a scapula in them, with a deer scapula. And the Exodus won both of their tests. So I was like, all right, let me try this thing out, because I like the Thunderhead, but I wanted to try something a little different. And
When are you going to find one and stick with it?
I'm not. That's the thing. If you go back and listen to this podcast, you'll probably hear me switch broadheads 10 times.
As soon as the one gives you trouble, you're done with it.
I'm done with it. Yeah. And I like the Schwackers I keep going back to. Like, because I ended up shooting that buck with a Schwacker by accident.
It's a great broadhead.
Dude, that thing is great.
Yeah.
I just feel like at the end of the day, you just got to make a good shot. That's all it is. But if you make a good shot and a buck ducks, like say you're aiming right for heart, and that buck ducks that Schwacker a little bit, and you catch his scapula,
Yeah, that too.
you're in trouble.
You are in trouble.
Now, if you hit him a little back, which I did on mine, it's going to save you.
Yeah.
But if you hit a little forward, it's going to hurt you. So I think it's good to have that in mind when you choose a broadhead. Like, I'm not... After that Schwacker got me that buck, it's like, all right. I'm not saying I won't ever shoot him again, but I'm still sticking to fixed blade. And I want to try these Exodus out. I think they've got great reviews. The penetration that they got on that thing was significantly better than all the rest.
Why does nobody do a Thunderhead test? That's what I want to know.
I can tell you straight up, the Thunderhead don't go in nearly as far in the
No?
target. Not even close.
I did too. We have to test that out.
Where's the bathroom?
Can you got her? Yeah, my daughter just walked in here and asked me for the bathroom.
Your
Here you go,
offspring.
baby. Here. Got her bubble.
So if anyone wants to send us a Matthews V3X to test, by
Oh
all
my
means.
God, yes, please. Beautiful.
She's my little angel, my little Hannah. She's gonna hunt. She loves shooting with me. She loves going to help me get my arrows out. That's her thing. And she's asked me to go hunting, but I know she doesn't have the patience yet.
Hell no.
No, she can't sit still for a few minutes, let alone to hunt. But I'll take her soon. I'm hoping next year. I feel like if I had a decent blind, I could take her.
Yeah.
But
that's a
she
good
just
plan,
can't
yeah.
sit still. She's my grandfather's a Sicilian, my great grandfather, and he used to say, "You're the Scotsman," because I was the same way. I was just like, I wouldn't stop moving when I was a kid, and she's just like me. But soon I'll take her. I hope. Wyatt, I've taken him, as you guys know, and we haven't gotten back out, but when he's ready, because I don't want to force him. You know, I want him to enjoy it. So when he wants to go, I'll take him, and when he doesn't want to go, I don't want to force him. You know, I don't want to be that. Get your ass in there. No, don't be that guy.
Well, you went to port and refinagle the feeder, right? Did you do that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That's something that I love getting Wyatt to help me with too.
Carry the corn.
Come on, son, get that corn. But now I just went after work. I was hoping you could help me, but I guess you couldn't help me. So I ended
extenuating
up doing it all
circumstances.
alone, and
You'll be okay.
it wasn't too bad. It was a lot more complicated than I thought. I was out there till almost dark.
Really?
Because you got to assemble that fucking thing, and I thought you could just bolt it on there, but it comes in fucking 5 pieces, like the actual plastic feeder thingy that goes to the bottom of the Moultrie feeder is like a bunch of pieces. So I had to assemble it, and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to be out here at dark, but it's what it is. But I got it up. It's all in there. So hopefully the gravity feeder will do a lot better. And my thoughts behind it is because we had the dinner plate. It would like spin. It was on a timer.
Yeah, it was a blender.
The two-stroke
And it would
weed
just
whacker
terrify
motor.
the deer. Yeah, they wanted nothing to do with that thing. So
Would you?
no. So I'm hoping, and Kevin Dvorak, one of our previous guests, uses the gravity feeders and has great success with them. So I'm hoping they'll be less intimidated by it, and I wanted to get it out with ample time before rifle season, so that hopefully we can pull a lot of the deer on the property over to our side with that feeder. So we'll see.
Did you put your cell camera up next to it?
No, I did not. I put the regular camera because I'm going to have to go in to fill it anyway.
I got you.
So I feel like
Makes sense.
for a feeder, that's one good thing. You don't need a cell camera there, blowing my phone up.
That's true.
And I'm going to fill it up every Sunday so I can check it then.
Makes perfect sense. I didn't even think about that. See, you think about the things I don't think about.
That teamwork makes the dream work, my
That's
friend.
right. Can't wait to kill a 10-point buck over that feeder this year, too.
I hope you do. I hope you do. And I hope I'm there to shoot you out of your tree. We got 3 stands around that feeder.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be sick. It's going to be really nice. And so we got one for every wind direction. And then the one in the middle, I mean, but honestly, with the wind direction there, any of them are going to be fine most of the time.
Yeah.
Just pick your stand. Because we have a predominant north wind around here, and that's blowing straight past all 3 stands.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's an east or a west, we've got an option. So the only wind that we can't sit there is a south wind,
That's rare.
which is super rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I am not above sitting over a feeder.
Hell no. Absolutely not. You kidding me?
Is it the same? No.
No.
It's more like grocery shopping, but it's still, to me, like when I get that deer in front of me, I can't tell the difference. Is it as fun like when you get there and like setting up and sitting there? No. But when you get the deer in front of you, I can't tell the difference. I'm just as excited when I have that deer in front of me.
You know they're coming.
Whether it's whether there's a feeder 20 yards from them or not, when I see that deer there, I get just as pumped.
Yeah, I didn't even have a chance to get pumped this morning when that doe came in.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Because the deer comes in so fast, you don't have time to like get that thrill rising up in you. So you don't have time to get the adrenaline. You don't have time to start shaking or none of that. You just, here's a deer. You grab your arrow. You go through your thing. Bam, done.
Yeah.
And then you shake.
I don't remember drawing my bow. I don't remember anchoring.
Really?
I remember setting the pin, and that was it.
Dang.
And the next thing I know, she's running underneath my stand and dead. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Muscle memory's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
It
make
is.
sure you practice.
Yeah, because they say you want to avoid that, but at the same time, that's why you practice so much that if you do go straight up instinct, your everything's firing the right way, like tying your shoes. You don't have to think about it; it just happens.
30-yard shot, and I cut the top of her heart off. So.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Hey.
Are you kidding me? How many deer you killed this year?
Hey, my pronouns are bad and motherfucker.
That's 6 for the year for you, right? 6 deer. One behind you.
You'll
Well,
make it up.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna let him run away with this.
Hey.
I'm not. It's not happening.
Okay.
You might be in the lead, but I'm gonna make you fucking work for it.
Well,
You
the
better
tack,
believe it,
the tack
Jimmy.
truck's mine this year, so get fucked.
He's giving up on the season.
Tack truck.
Tack truck. Okay.
Early June. Start bringing that back.
Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Got to get Johnny on some jiu-jitsu. You should come too, Runsky.
I'd fucking die.
Yeah, I gotta get some cardio for attack. That was
Yeah,
terrible.
dude, it's
That
the
was
best cardio
rough.
out
We
there.
realized, we both looked at each other and were like, next year, this cannot happen again.
That made it like that last half like unenjoyable.
Really?
The last
Yeah.
like 5 targets, we were like,
I was done. That
Dead.
turkey.
Yeah.
That turkey. I was like, no, dude, I'm done.
we just made it through that course.
Okay.
The first 3
Sad.
targets.
It's a lot of hiking,
Oof.
dude. It is. I was my legs were worn out too, but
I couldn't imagine doing
definitely-
like the prime course or something.
We were like, Ryan, Seth, grab our arrows. What was it?
Yeah. Well, this year we're gonna be doing a lot more, so I'm excited. I'm pumped, but we still got plenty of deer hunting.
Oh, yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
It's still November.
2.5
That's-
months left.
That's the thing. Like, don't think yeah, the rut is tapering down, at least around here, but there's still plenty of good hunting for November.
It's still motherfucking November.
Yeah, it's still November.
The bucks are on their feet.
You can still catch bucks cruising.
Yeah.
You can still kill a monster at fucking 10 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
it's still doable. Is it as action-packed as the beginning of November? No. But is it still a hell of a time to be in the woods? 100%.
You can catch them in the morning. Not so much midday anymore, but you can catch them in the morning.
Yeah. I will be, any chance I get, I'm still going. Which, during the week, I don't have that luxury to get out. I don't get off work till later. But believe me, any chance I can, I will be in the deer woods. And I hope you listeners all are doing the same.
Yes.
You guys got anything else?
No.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see y'all next week.
That's it.
Keep coming back. Appreciate y'all.
Bye.
See ya.